of everyone's time. I love to reward the people who are on time with getting out on time. So let's do this. And I'm sure people will keep hopping on. But how's everyone doing? How's your week? Drop in the chat anything cool that has happened this week, anything exciting. I would love to hear it and celebrate. It can be related to your business or it doesn't have to be. Either way. Okay. For those of you that don't know, I am Allison Matthews.
Oh, I missed it.
Go ahead. What? Lisa, go.
Oh. No, nothing. I'm sorry. I'm driving.
Oh, that's
sorry.
fine. Oh, you missed. Did you miss your exit?
Can you mute me?
Yeah, I mute you. I got you. Anytime. Yes, the dark room. I get it. I get it, Gretchen. I get it. Good. I'm glad you guys are here. Awesome. Okay. I am excited. I am very excited. Good. Grateful for support of a community of friends this weekend. Easy Nutrition. So true, Julie. So true. So true. So yes, this is week 3 of the U Factor officially. And really, today's topic is really one of my most absolute favorite topics of this whole thing. And specifically right now with this new launch of a thing that is called, that we are calling network investing. It's a very exciting time for this topic. And the topic tonight is the compensation plan. And when I first started in Isagenix, it was my first venture into network marketing. Honestly, you guys, I came for the compensation plan, but I did not know that's what I was coming for. I did not realize in my heart that a compensation plan mattered, or that we had the best of the best, or that I could build a legacy in this thing that I could pass on to my children. I didn't know any of that. I did not know. And so you might be here and be like, okay, cool, Allison, compensation plan numbers. Like, I love the products, or I love, social media, or I love the people, the community, like Julie said. I did not realize that my best yes in this business, my best yes, was going to be the compensation plan. Hands down, the best business decision about this business is the compensation plan, along with the fact that the products are highly, highly consumable, right? So compensation plan that wins plus a highly consumable product with repeat business is like, that's the game changer. And it's funny because I realized it after I understood it, and I'm going to explain some things about it to you today, as well as strongly encourage you to spend this week drawing out the comp plan. I'm going to give you some action items, some action things coming out of this. But when I really got it, I started to tell people about the comp plan. Even network marketers and other companies, I'd say, what's your comp plan? What's your comp? Show me yours. I want to see. And people didn't know. They'd be like, I don't know. I just like the products. Or, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a numbers person. I don't really dig into that. Or, I don't know. That's not really why I'm here. You guys, the compensation plan should be one of the reasons that you're here. And I'm not going to shit on you about a lot of things. But if you don't quite get the compensation plan, you're missing out on one major pillar of unshakable belief that you get to pour out into the world. And that right before this on the Power Half Hour, Julie was talking to Jess, a brand new associate as of today, about ignorance on fire and just going out. And, when Julie went and told her friend, Sarah, oh my gosh, I found the thing, we're going to do this, ignorance on fire. This can be a thing that you go with ignorance on fire on. You don't have to understand every piece of it, but I'm going to help you bridge the gap with a few things, and also show you give you some examples of how to start conversations, and then where the videos are that you really want to share with people, because you don't have to be the be all end all. We are the connectors. As network marketers, we are the connectors to the information. You don't have to be the information. You simply have to be the connector. If you want to also draw it out, you can do that. You can be the information. You can be the one. And I love to draw it out for people because I'm so passionate about it. I feel that is one of my strengths. So why not soar with our strengths, right? Like, we should be doing the things in this business that make our hearts soar. So I'm going to show you, these are just 2 examples from this past week. These are things that actually Miss Jamie Taylor and I have been doing. So this was one that we did in the past week. I drew this out. Do you see how excited I get about this? It gets just crazy messy, right? And yours might be prettier, but I got the point across, right? I got the 13,500 unlimited depth across to this woman that we were showing that she met in a Facebook group. I also, in the last week, drew this out. So you can do it on Sketchpad, Internet Sketchpad, right? Also getting across that it maxes out at 13,500, that one cycle is $54, that all of these circles roll up to this person whose first name started with an M, okay? So you want to get comfortable drawing it out. Until you're comfortable, utilize the 3-way call, exactly as Jamie did with me in those situations. Utilize it. Book our calendars. You're the connector. You don't have to be the be all end all, okay? And so I do drop in the chat if there's a compensation plan training that has like hit home with you. Drop it. What is it in the chat? Just put it in the chat so that we know. So other people can go and have homework this week. Jen Smith, yes, thank you. Look at those. Look at 2 people said that right away. Go find the link. Yes, that's great. Put it in the chat. That was honestly, you guys, my story. Before Isagenix, I sat down with Amanda Svensson. We went to high school together. She had been posting things that were piquing my interest. I did not even know that I was looking for a business. I didn't know I was looking for network marketing. I knew I wanted, again, as Jess was talking about, I knew I wanted to create options for my life. I knew I wanted to, have a way out of a rat race if I wanted. I knew that we would not be living on my husband's salary alone. Bless his heart. He knew that. He knew that that created, a rift in our marriage. He encouraged me to go meet with Amanda and find out what it was that she was doing. Amanda did not draw anything out in that. I said, how do you get paid? She gave me that link. That's all she did. She did not draw it out for me. I went home and watched it with my husband. And when I watched it, and that training, then some of the numbers have changed simply because it's old, but the concept is brick. It is stone. It is the stone that this company has been built on. That training is probably from the early, I don't know, mid 2000s, 2010. I don't even know before that. That woman, Jen Smith, I still see her name all the time. I think she's made between $5 and $10 million in Isagenix at this point. You'll see the video and say, wow, if this Jen can do this, if she gets this and can do this and get fired up about this, I can do this too. And if you lead with there are 3 things, you guys, that we are leading with in this business, 3 things that I want you to be unshakable about, that you are going out in the world about. One is the products. Most people on this call, tell me if it's easy for you. Put a 1 in the chat if it's easy for you to talk about the products. And be honest, if it's not, don't put a 1, but put a 1 in the chat if it's easy for you. Yes, Jamie, Becca, absolutely. I see Becca's like such a high enroller. She's so rock solid on the products. Gretchen, yes. Darlene, I love it. You guys, products. Another thing that we want to be so big on is events and community. Okay, events and community. Inviting people to New Year's kickoff, inviting people to Super Saturday, inviting people to your product groups, inviting people to things like this, the U Factor. They're not doing it alone, right? Health of our business is products and events / community, and then the compensation plan. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel strongly that you can talk about the compensation plan or show it and share it and it spills out of you because you just get it. Put a 2 in the chat. I love it. Julie, Gretchen, yes. Yes, and their success follows. They see that in their success with the money they have made. Darlene, I love it. Yes. And so people come to Isagenix for the products. They come to Isagenix for the community, an event that they wanted to fly to Phoenix. They don't really know why. They wanted to fly to Nashville. They don't really know why. And for money, for the compensation plan. So really think about, are you doing it? Gretchen, I love it. Yeah, and Gretchen wasn't. I mean, she came for the products. She did not know that she wanted the comp plan, but the products lit her up so much. She made a lot in bonuses in that first month because she got so many people started because of her love of the products. And so you really, I mean, when it comes to this, we always have to spend time on this. And if you've, it may seem like broken record if you've been with me before on this, but we have to, I mean, we always want to be showing the new person, and we always want to be grounding ourselves in why we are here. And we always, I mean, there's brand new people, not just a couple, there's brand new people out of the 17 people here. It's exactly, I love that, Gretchen. Yes. And you will get good at it. A bunch of you are already good at it, but you will get good at it by practicing. And maybe Gretchen would be like, hey, can I practice this on you? And she's not even really like trying to enroll the person, right? She's just using it as a chance to fail forward. Messy action. She's the queen of messy action. You guys, she really is. Okay. And that's how she's built her ability to do this. And even, we got on a call with Jess when she was here in town, and I'm bringing up Jess because I know she just turned associate today, and Gretchen could have done everything for you. She could have drawn it out, but we still do things in threes because it just is, it's like exponentially more powerful. It's not like adding one more person. It's like exponentially powerful. Just that concept of 3 people getting together, the new person learning, the connector, because you're showing them that you connect them to a tool. In that case, the expert, the person who's coming in to talk. So I want to just simply draw out the fundamentals. And then, Jamie put in the chat, I saw Eric Hoover 1 and 2. And that one, yes, Darlene did too. Those ones are amazing. I'm going to actually show you where those are also, because we are leveraging, especially part 2 for the network investing. And I'm going to spend the last like 10 minutes of this call talking about network investing, because I want you guys to understand the concept a bit more. And if you have questions, we can have dialogue around it. And then Julie talked about the Lynn Hagedorn and Kathy Savage one and it was a New Year's kickoff. I think she had on a red blazer, right? Is that one still out on YouTube? Have you looked, Julie? If you can find it, just throw it in the chat, because it was so. Lynn Hagedorn, you guys, came from a different network marketing company, a very long-standing. And you guys, do you see? I knew it was the red blazer because it anchored in my brain. You want to create a team of people where a video like that anchors in their brain, where the numbers anchor in their brain, where they are so excited that they cannot sleep. Because I always joke that the reason Isagenix has sleep spray is because of this compensation plan, because you cannot sleep when you really understand what is in your hot little hands. Okay. Even if it takes you 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15, 20, it does not matter, because you're building legacy. And this whole entire thing that I'm about to draw out can be passed to your children or loved one or whoever, a spouse, whoever it is, you can pass it. So Julie, I actually want to go back. Let's talk about back at your beginning. Because you said something powerful when we were talking to Jess during the power half hour. Tell me about at the very beginning, Julie, and you started for the product. And tell me, you also got Dan also started, right? Yep. And can you tell them, did you start on the product the day that it arrived at your house? Tell them what happened when the product arrived.
No, we used a tax refund. So we ordered our product sometime mid-April, and I didn't open the box until August.
Okay. So
2 boxes, because I ordered 2 30-day systems, one for me and one for Dan, and they both sat in our closet.
You guys, Julie has made multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars in Isagenix. She sat on her product for 4 months. Do you think her enrolling sponsor could have written her off? She could have, but she needed her time to be right. She needed to say yes, right? And Julie has gone on to build a huge organization, had lots of success, impacted so many lives. She just put it in her closet. She didn't really have a reason. She just did. Okay. So then Julie, you got this amazing result. Who was that first friend that you came and told and like, oh my gosh, we have to do this. Let's go.
My friend, Nicole, actually was my second person that popped me consultant.
Okay. And then was she just products?
She was primarily just products.
Okay.
Then my third enrollment was my friend, Sarah, who I was telling Jess about.
Yes. Okay. So Sarah was the one that after an event, do you hear? products, right? We spill unshakable belief about products. Then she went to an event. Was it a Super Saturday or was it IC? What was the event?
It was an ICU.
Which
It was my very first
Where was
like big
it?
corporate event, which was May of 2013. And I went and I literally just was like, I was telling Jess, I felt like I found the pot of gold at the bottom of the rainbow. Like I literally was like, why do more people not do this? Why do people do not understand it? And I called my friend Sarah from the airport.
Yeah. And she was like, okay, Julie, let's go.
Yep.
And that ignorance on fire, you guys, is so often missed because we're overthinking or we're too worried about what exactly to say, or we are, oh gosh, what if they reject me? She literally just called. I remember she was, when she first told me, I just called my friend Sarah, and she just, and Sarah still cycles residually every single week, right?
Yep.
I mean, she was your first, what'd she hit?
2-star.
2 stars.
So
she
20
hit
cycles a
20
week.
cycles in a week. A very, very solid side income. A very, very
Yeah.
solid. And she really was one of the catalysts to help Julie start to build out her team. Okay. So products, event, came to Sarah and said, we're going to do this. I feel like I found the pot of gold. Let's go. Okay. And so Julie, you start on a 30-day.
Yes.
Okay. So there are, and I like to talk about this in the form of the 3 R's. Barbie Erickson, I give her full credit for this. She coined that. There's referral bonuses, right? So you get the PIBs, you get the $25 for getting people started. 2 or more in a week, they each double. You also get, once you flip to associate, just like Jess flipped to associate today, within 7 days, you hit consultant, you get $100 for hitting consultant, or you get $50 if you do it after that, right? So there's rank advancement bonuses. The first R is referrals, if you want to write this down. The second is rank advancement bonuses. Those are both things where they're one time. So you do an action and you get paid. You do an action and you get paid. So it's very similar to, linear income, a job income. The one that really blew me away, that still to this day blows me away, when I wake up and I'm sitting on multiple cycles from the night before, just from auto ships that go out from the night before every single night, is residual. The third R is the one to really dig deep on and fall in love with. This is the one that if you have a big why, or you have a big vision, Julie talked all about vision last week. This is the one that's going to go after vision, that's going to free people, that's going to give them options, that's going to impact generational wealth. I know, Gretchen, you put that last week. This is the one that is going to give people a new lifestyle, really, be able to pay off their debt, like all these things come from this residual. And so, the whole concept of network investing, we don't even really talk in network investing about referrals and rank advancement, honestly. And now for those of you, I don't know if you haven't seen it, and I don't know if Julie, you can go grab the recording and just throw it in the chat so that they have it. Kelly Dickerhoof, she is in our upline. She's made millions in Isagenix. She really coined this new idea and this new project, and it's really a new wave of network marketing. It's the concept of you come in knowing that you want to invest in a new stream of income and create a return on your $185 a month, your minimum 100 BV. And honestly, when I first got started, Jake and I sat down. I remember saying, okay, 100 BV. At the time, it was about $160 a month. Okay, could I have $2,000 a year? And could I come back at the end of the year with the positive return? I literally thought that. Right now in Isagenix, if you spend $2,200 in a year to open a business, you can go after this concept and come up with a positive return. Anything above 2,200 is a positive return. Money that might otherwise be sitting in the bank, money that might otherwise not be gaining interest. And it's not technically interest, but it's a return, right? It's taking and making your money work for you on a very smart business concept. And so the whole idea is that you share with 2, right? Julie shared with Dan and Nicole. Nicole didn't do a lot. So this is a perfect example. Then she continued on. Dan also continued. Dan had friends. Sarah was like, yes, Julie, let's do this. Sarah built a 2-star. Sarah went and built and built and built. Right? And Sarah, maybe someone under Sarah. I don't know if you can remember a consultant name under Sarah, Julie.
Yep, Laura.
Laura. So Sarah talked to Laura. Where does
Who
Laura
also
live?
still gets paid.
Yeah. Where does Laura live?
Michigan.
And did you know Laura?
No.
Okay. So Sarah's friend Laura in Michigan that Julie does not know goes and builds a business showing people the products, the compensation plan, the community, and through events. And Laura goes and says, yes, this makes sense to me. I want to do this. And it all funnels up to Julie. Every single one of these people, you guys, funnels up to Julie. Every single one of them. And the whole concept of, I want to pull it up. I want to pull up 2 different things. Hold on here. Okay. So, I'm going to have you watch videos about this because I want you to be able to draw it out yourself. But the whole idea of just going left, right, left, right, left, right, building the BV all the way, unlimited depth, up to 13,500 a week. That is the whole concept of the residual piece of this. You can build one organization up to 700,000 a year. And yes, it takes work. It absolutely does. But when you think about the compound effect, and this is in the video, so network investing is basically a tool. So people can build an Isagenix very traditionally using 30-day packs and systems, value pack, premium pack, weight loss, shake and cleanse, getting started. You can also build, I'm seeing a lot of success for people that are building with collagen, right? We have, I was just down in Sarasota helping a woman who is getting some salons started, nail salons, hair salons, friends who just want to simply start with collagen. I mean, there's top income earners, Jessica Regner, I think of just her simple collagen systems, twist and sip, right? Super simple. Network investing is another simple tool. It's a tool because you are connecting people to Isagenix. So you are connecting people to this tool, to this concept, to understand what they have available to them. Okay. And right here is this penny slide. And this is how you can really, really, really think about your Isagenix business. Okay. So I want you to look at the first 10 days, right? This is a penny. This is a penny over 30 days. And you start with a penny on day 1. Day 5, it's 16 cents. You might be like, oh my gosh, this is like, it's not that exciting. It's kind of, I'm learning, I'm fumbling, I don't know. After day 10, you have $5. You're like, cool, great. But like still not really exactly where I want to be, right? Who's ever not been exactly where they want to be? Just nod your head if you haven't in your business. Gosh, I'm not as far as I want to be. I'm not as far as I want to be. Day 18, now it's $1,300. That's great. Cool. Getting some traction. It's looking better. Day 23. You guys, the difference between day 18 and 23, that's only 5 days, but you're looking at just over $1,000 to over $41,000. Okay. And this is where it gets really exciting after that. When you look, now go another 5 days past day 23 to day 28, $1.3 million. In a 30-day month, you literally can take a penny, double it, and hit $5.3 million. What's one more day after that? You're going to be over $10 million. Okay. So this concept of the compound effect, I don't think we give it enough credit when it comes to our actions, our habits, our reach outs, the number of no's that we're getting, the messiness, the failing forward. This right here, and this is a part of the presentation that is done for network investing. Okay. So, we have this, it's this whole pre-recorded Canva slides with a voiceover. And it is a wonderful tool to really send out to those who are interested. And this is one other thing that I want to show you, because I know that, you know, for those of you who have like really, really big dreams when it comes to building Isagenix, you're like, okay, I'm just not there yet. I made 3 cycles, or, you know, gosh, I only made 1 cycle, but 1 cycle per week more than covers your $2,200 investment, right? If you're literally positive if you make on average 1 cycle a week. And if you want that annual income, $2,800, if you want to make that passively by having that money sit in the bank at 3% interest, it would require $93,000 to create the $2,800. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So it's really about reframing our mind around what residual income is, how powerful it is, how the line is not linear. There are ups and downs, and there is a period of time where you will be underpaid for your efforts. There is absolutely a period of time where you're going to be like, okay, I'm working at this and I'm not getting the return, but it's not linear because you're working towards that day 30. You're working towards that day 23, whatever that is for you, whatever that number is, where you're like, oh my gosh, I just woke up and I cannot believe I just cycled X amount of times. You're working for that compound. So it's really about reframing your brain to think through, you know, exactly what it is that is available to you. Okay. And helping other people see it as well. So Julie put it in the chat, network investing. So that is, those are, so she put the Kelly example and the Tyler example. That is the Canva video with their voiceover, right, Julie? Okay. So, and if you go to mynetworkinvesting.com, Kelly's example is out there. We're going to get Tyler's out there. But Kelly's is out there. And that shows the simple process of inviting people, send them the video, have them see the video, and then if they're ready to get started, then getting them started with a cart link. Okay, so this is a great way that you can be leading with the business and leading with the compensation plan, and let the video do that work for you. The one thing that I will add, who else, does anyone else on here get on? So Kelly herself, Kelly Dickerhoof, she pretty much works during the day these days. She has 3 kids, all in sports, daytime hours. She makes herself available every Monday. If you have Mondays available, 1 to 1:30 Central Time, Mondays. So I was on, she does she calls it a huddle. It's a half-hour Monday huddle. It is honestly, it's been wonderful to just have that time every Monday to kind of hear what's on her heart and what she's doing right now and how she's working. And network investing is one of these big things. Today, someone had questions about objections and about like, well, what do you say if someone says, you know, this will never work, or this isn't sustainable, or I can't, you know, she's like, I'm looking for like this. And Jamie and I were even kind of going back and forth a little bit about someone, where, you know, if they need convincing that the compound effect is a good idea, or if they need, you know, if they look at this and they're like, yeah, I don't know anyone, or yeah, I don't think you know, they may already be very successful in life, but their brain is always going to kind of get in the way. She's like, I'm looking for high level thinkers. High level. If you see this and you get it, you are a high level thinker. You are someone who is like, gosh, there is opportunity there, and there is an abundance of opportunity out there for anyone, and you get it. You're here. She's like, then there's mid-level thinkers. And I just kind of say to people, like, you know, it's like mid-level thinkers, they kind of let themselves get in their own way. They count themselves out. It doesn't mean anything other than, you know, they're really not open to opportunity because they're always going to poke holes in it on why it wouldn't work. She said, I also look for she said, before Isagenix, this is Kelly, I was a low-level thinker. I only wanted she's like, I grew up very poor. I had a very low money mindset. I wanted $500. I was but she's like, those low level thinkers, they're almost like willing to go in and learn and do and change and grow. she said the low and the high. If someone is really stuck, their ego's letting the, we're not in this to convince you guys. We're just not. And that is a space that feels really good to me, to be building from, to be growing from, to be like, you know what, we like I said, we have something in our hot little hands. Like Julie said to her friend Sarah, I feel like I found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Julie wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is a thing where it's a scheme, or no, like she saw it and she got it. She's open to opportunity. The wealthiest, most successful, most abundant people in life are open to opportunity. And some people will count themselves out or take themselves out of the game, and that's okay. It might just mean that it's not your person. Okay. So when you're going forward, and products, I know all day long we can be telling people about the products and they typically get it. And it's, it may be an easier conversation. If you're approaching people with this and you're getting objections, that's okay. But just know that there are people out there looking for this who literally have never seen something like this. And I was one of them. I was like, I never thought that this was a scheme. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, why didn't I see this sooner? I wish I could have gotten started sooner. So you're looking for your people. What else? Any other questions about network investing specifically? Well, about anything I just covered. I did send out the Tyler video to a couple of guys today. I will tell you on my stories, I put 2 different posts with a voting, very lightly teasing the penny compound effect. And I said, this is exactly what we're doing in network investing. I'm sending out a link to people who want to learn more. And I put the voting, tell me more, or I'm watching. And I had like 6 people clicked on tell me more. 2 people clicked I'm watching. These are new people, new conversations. I did it again and I got a few more. So I have now sent out this video to both men and women. Some are my customers who have never done the business. Some are brand new. It's starting new conversations. You don't want to, this is more of an off social media approach, but you can tease it on your social media a little bit, and just put the feelers out and put the voting buttons and see what people are saying. Has anyone else on here had success with conversations around network investing that they want to share, or recent comp plan conversations?
I have sent the video to a good handful of people, really approaching it from kind of people that I already have kind of a trusting relationship with. And I've just asked them, I've edified them by telling them that I thought of them and that I value their entrepreneurial business mindset. I'd love their feedback. And I've sent the video along that way. And for me, as I'm getting to learn network investing, that feels really comfortable for me. So I encourage you to do that. If you're kind of in that space too, where you're kind of like, I get what Allison is talking about, but I'm not quite sure yet. Like, I would encourage you to think about a handful of people that are those up-level thinkers that you already have a trusting, likable relationship with, and you're just looking for their feedback. You're getting ready to send this out to people. You value what they have to say. Would they be open to watching this and providing you any and all feedback that they would be willing to provide you? And you guys, honestly, I have had some really good conversation. I have certainly had a couple of people that have been like, I don't really get it. And they like go immediately back to the Isagenix products, right? There's been some people that have geeked out on the compound effect because maybe they work in real estate or they already have streams of income. Julie and I had a great call before this with a girl that works in financial investments, had some really good feedback for us. And it's also stretching me to talk about the income opportunity in a way that I've never talked about it in almost 7 years. So if that's you, I would really encourage you to go to those safe people this week and share the video with them, edify them, and ask them for their feedback. It will help grow your confidence muscle and it will help start conversations. So that's how I've approached it, which so far has been really exciting.
Yeah, I love that, Jamie. And Jamie, you guys, she is just failing forward. She's in action. I can see it. She's yeah, I mean, David Wood taught us, like, you can send a video. You can always say, hey, I'm just practicing. Hey, I just want to get your input. Hey, this is new and I'd love your feedback. The feedback approach is a very soft, safe approach. It's so good. Yes, Gretchen, you've sent the video to several people. Any specific things you've gotten out of that, or more just getting started? I know you're also with you might not be of it. It's okay if you can't get off mute. Cool. Okay. Good. Anyone else? No, that's fine. Gretchen, I totally get it. Totally get it. I did not mean to put you on the spot. I just know that you always have good learnings we can share with us next week. Kid prison. Yes. Okay. So you guys, action steps this week. I want you to go watch the My Networking Investing video. I also, if you're not in Impact Makers, I kind of want to put the actual recording from that video. I'm trying to think. I want to put that recording in the group just so you can hear the call. I think I have access. Oh yeah, I got it here. So Kelly, it's the call that when Kelly and Laura and I basically launched it. Want the Zoom recording. Okay, there it is. I totally just had it close by. That call is an hour, but it will really give you the whys behind it. And just try and come back next week. Honestly, practice this on people, practice trying it out. If you go to mynetworkinginvesting.com and click on the second tab, which is called resources, the Eric Coover whiteboard video pops up. You can watch that for practice. That's kind of the additional resource we're using to really draw out the ins and outs of the residual piece. And then yeah, come back next week and we'll just keep rocking it. Okay, guys, have a good night, everyone. Bye. Thank you.